it say Robert is what still?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode. I'm your host, Stephen G. Gaxiola, and you are listening to The Raider and the Saint. Yeah, I don't care how YouTube comes out, you know?
Yeah. Can
It's
you hear
just
me
something
pretty
new.
clear?
No, I can hear you good.
Word.
Yeah, this is YouTube. What's up to the YouTube world? I made it. I'm here.
What up, what up? I'm here.
Hopefully you can see me this time because last time I did a couple of videos, you couldn't see me. You could only hear me. And making sure I'm not
Anybody here isn't up to it? I'm gonna give you
Clipping.
one last chance to walk
not
out that
doing
door
it somebody
right
else's
now.
job.
The man right here wears many different hats.
That's what I wanted to hear. Because in this silver slice of heaven here are 1,984 ounces of beer. Golden, delicious beer. And no one leaves here until we finish every single last drop.
Episode 70. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode. I am your host, once again, Stephen Gaxiola. And yes, this is the Raider and the Saint podcast. First and foremost, I want to thank all my listeners from around the world that tune in every week. And sometimes when I'm running late, I'll get a text or a call and say, hey, how come the podcast isn't posted yet? I apologize for that. This is episode 70. Today's date, what date is it? The date is March 23rd, 2021. I am back at the studio. Recently, I did episode 70 with my guest today, who I will bring in shortly. I had a technical difficulty, and to be honest with you, I fucked up, and I erased the podcast. I did have it on video, but for some reason, the computer wouldn't let me transfer over the file. I tried different things, and so I was talking to my who I'll bring in now, Robby Baseball. Welcome to the show, sir. So to bring you in, we were talking the other day because you're a customer of mine, and you said, you were like, I'm down to do the podcast again because I told you what happened and the solution that could possibly be done. And we both agreed, like, hey, it was a great podcast, but we think we could have come in here and did better. You know, when people come in on the podcast for the first time, it is nerve-wracking for me. Every podcast is hard, you know, but I love it. I love the challenge, and I'm sweating like a pig with these lights on and stuff. But we're moving forward with this podcast. But I want to, so going back, so we're redoing this rerun. This is episode 70. It's Tuesday night, so I apologize for the people that were waiting for my podcast to drop Sunday night or Monday morning. So we're starting over, you know. So this is episode 70. You know, I want to thank my past guest, Ars. I've had great reviews and great and phone calls and text messages about how wise you were and how smart you were. So I definitely want to get you on again. I had a good time hanging out with you too, even after work. For the people out there that are listening or watching on YouTube, if you're interested in coming on the podcast, you can email me at theraiderandthesaint@outlook.com. That's theraiderandthesaint@outlook.com. You know, as I'm going through my intro, this is all obviously just free-balled, and I'm just speaking from the top of the dome. And I think this time, this is the one thing I wanted. I wanted to make sure, if all my listeners that are listening, if you want to be on the show, if you're out of state, we could do Zoom, we could do Skype. So once again, if you want to be on the show, I'm always looking for new people to come on the show and share their experience of life and inspiration. You know, 70 episodes in, I've met quite a few people. I've made a lot of new friends. And I have grown with this podcast. So, you know, a lot of times when I do this podcast every week, you know, some weeks are difficult. And some weeks, you know, getting COVID and stuff like that makes you think like, oh, man, I don't want to do a podcast, or who do I send a message to, this and that. But I see all my listeners and I hear all the comments, the positive comments, and I thank you for that. And that's what keeps me going doing this podcast. So, once again, this is a redo from episode 70. I apologize. I screwed up. But my guest was more than happy to come in again and reshoot the podcast. Robby Baseball, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you today?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, man, it's a Tuesday night. It's my first. Have I been? Well, I used to come here and do podcasts, not podcasts, but I would practice, with the equipment and stuff on a Tuesday night. So it's weird to be here on a Tuesday night, but I'll tell you this, there's definitely a parking, and it's really quiet in the studio. I mean, there's not a lot of noise and stuff going around. There used to be a band next door over here, and I thought Sunday mornings were the best, and there were Sunday mornings, these dudes are wailing out.
Oh, wow.
Just wailing. I mean, because this is like, it's not a studio, like a recording studio, but they call them studios, recording studios. You can hear everything. I mean, I can hear through my headphones over. Someone's playing the guitar down the road, but I don't think they'll pick it up on the mics.
Well, hopefully our great conversation can drown all that out.
Yeah. Well, what was the thing we were talking about? We were about to say. We were talking about what was it? You said the cop had to give you a ride or something.
Oh no, it's just because I guess it's a good thing, right? I'm aging pretty slowly, but since I got a baby face, right, before, I have my
So what
license.
do people say they look at you like?
Well, they think I'm around 21 to 25 years old, I'm going to be 32 this year. But, yeah. So, I used to take the bus before I had my license. I got my whip. And I was walking by Santa Ana High School, if you guys know where that's at. And I was catching the bus to go to work one morning. And, it was pretty early. It was around, 8:30 in the morning. I had to clock in by 10. And I was walking through the high school, or by the high school, and Santa Ana police pulled me over thinking I'm some kid because, my lunch pail was a backpack. So he thought I was ditching class or something. And there goes my bus passing by on First, and I gave him my California ID, and right there he knew he messed up. And I'm like, yeah, you made me miss my bus, so I really hope I don't get fired. And he's like, okay, I'll catch you up to the bus. So he's like, hop on. I'm like, okay, but I'm hopping in the back seat, though. I'm not hopping in the front. I don't need nobody seeing me in the front seat. So, yeah, he gave me a ride. He gave me a little courtesy ride.
I tried to become a cop when I first graduated college. It was something quick, because I had a kid already. She was already 5. And I needed to start making money. So with my degree, it helps you better to get in the police department. So I did a few interviews, and it came down to, there's different stages to become a cop. You got your initial application.
You wanted to be a police or a sheriff?
I did both. I tried out for both, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and one of them that pushed me forward was the sheriff's department. But you got to do a psychological test and then a polygraph first. So I passed the health test.
Are you a good liar?
I guess I was. I mean, look at, dude, the question they asked me that I flunked in was, they said that I did heroin and cocaine, and then I lied about those things because they do a whole background check on you, and they go to your neighbors. And at that time in my life, I had never done heroin and never done cocaine. But he says when those questions were asked,
because
when I didn't pass,
and the needles were moving.
I guess. I mean, I said, like, well, why didn't I pass? I was truthful at the time. I was going to church. I was a Sunday school teacher. I had smoked weed a few times, drank a few times, but I wasn't no heavy, partier, dude. And I know people that I know people. I'm going to say people, not going to mention names, but they were like the devil's child, and they became cops.
Well, it goes hand in hand because you swear once they put on that badge that they're innocent, civilians when they don't have that badge on and on duty. But
it was crazy. I was like, how did you like?
No, yeah, there's tons. My cousin married a sheriff, and my uncle, my cousin's dad gave him a bunch of crap for it, and the first time he got brought to the house, my uncle straight told him, I hate cops, and he was just like, whoa. I'm just first time I met you, started meeting, your daughter, dating your daughter, and you tell me that, okay. But
it's a tough job, man.
I give them props if you do it right.
Yeah,
but
it's hard in these days. It's hard to be
It is because it's a fraternity.
I mean, I always ask myself. I said, man, if I pulled up to a stop, dude, and I checked his trunk, and there's like 2 bags of money in there, 2 big old duffel bags, and the dude's like, you can have them, dude. Just let me go. Like, who's going to know, dude?
No, yeah, definitely.
And I told myself, I go, you know what? Maybe that's why God didn't want to become a cop, dude, because he knew I'd be a shady dude.
Well, you just joined the club is what it would be. You just
joined the gang. Do you hear about there's a gang going on?
Yeah, in East L.A. It started in East L.A.
What they're called? Do you remember?
I want to say the Banditos or something like that.
Yeah, it is a Bandito.
And they have tats, markings to let them know, and it's like all spread it out, not just LAPD, but LA sheriffs and stuff like that. But it's nothing new, man. We people that grew up in the city, in the county.
Do you think it's? I mean, it's more like gang mentality.
It is,
or
it's
is it
completely gang
mentality, or is it activity too?
It's both, man.
Really?
Have you seen Training Day?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, okay. That's not so far fetched if you really think about it.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
My homeboy, he's delivered down that street.
On the jungles?
Yeah.
Nobody goes there.
He used to go down. He goes, dude, you got to do it in the morning.
And nobody goes there.
Even in some parts of Santa Ana. I think Santa Ana's cleaned up a lot. It's not as bad as
Santa
it used
Ana
to be.
reminds me so much of home. Not quite, but it kind of reminds me of home.
It's not as bad anymore, but still, though, if you're in the wrong place at the right time, you will get
yeah,
shot.
Definitely.
But as far as, like, I mean, the crime's up and everything, but as far as, like, gang banging, like, you don't see too many drive-bys and stuff like that going on.
Well, that's kind of illegal.
Gangs hanging out. It's illegal now?
Well, it's not. It's not part of the code to do anymore. We're not living in the 80s or the 90s.
It's a different.
I mean, if it's black on brown, that's something different, But then again, I don't think anybody does that anymore, just for the simple fact too many stray bullets hit people they're not supposed to hit, So I just believe that, and I've seen it, and I've talked to my boys, And I don't gangbang. Nobody get that twisted. It's just.
But we all know people who gangbang.
Good kid in a mad city, but we all have family. We all know somebody of somebody of somebody. So, but yeah, I don't think that happens. Drive-bys like that happen anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of black on white, what do you think was going on with the Asians?
That sucks, dude. I mean, I remember as a little kid. I don't know if you remember the OJ trial.
Yeah.
Obviously, the riots and then the earthquake, all that happened within a 1 to 2 year span. The city was just hit hard, literally, by riots and earthquakes. That Asians were protecting their businesses. We all know there's a liquor store at every corner, and I'm pretty sure if you guys go on YouTube and you guys see some film, you will see some Asian liquor stores pop off on customers. I mean, there was a girl barely 13.
Menace to society.
13 years old.
I feel sorry for your mother.
Exactly.
What'd you
they
say
do
about
follow you around the store. They do.
Oh, dude. Even to this day, there's a 7-Eleven I grew up going to. I mean, you're talking about 10 years old, 11 years old. There's an Asian lady there, and she's been there since I was, let's just say, 13. She's probably got, she's Asian. She's caught it. Back then, she was probably like, 18, 19. But she, even to this day, I'll walk in with my kids, and I could still see her looking through the mirrors, still looking at me. Like I would steal something.
Why'd you have to steal that Snickers bar back
dude.
then?
Oh, you know what, dude? There were some times I might grab something and throw it in my pocket, dude. If
my
I'm
thing
frisky.
was always gum. My thing was always gum. I was always snatching the gum.
The gum. But she was there today. I went in there, grabbed some coffee.
My now laters. I love now laters. Even to this day, that's my go-to thing. I used to always get like quarter waters, fill up my jug and just be posted, go skating or we hit the park, go play some handball or some basketball. And if I can get any of my boys, to go play some over the line, which is like little makeshift baseball. If you only got about 6 people.
Well, tell the people a little bit about yourself, man. We're talking like they know who you are. Man.
My name is Robby Baseball. I don't want to give out no government names here. Just having fun, chilling with my boy Gax. Thanks for the invite again. And, I was a kid that just grew up in Los Angeles. Eventually moved to a couple of different cities within the county. Moved around a lot, unfortunately. But, hey, I met a lot of people through all types of places around the city and corner. Culture is very strong from where I'm from, and I picked up a lot. You pick up a lot when you're on the streets a lot, and not in the streets in the sense you're out here doing up to no good. You're just getting by. Mom's work full time. You don't really got nobody at home. You got an abusive grandfather. More was like a drill sergeant. But he only did that to he was only there to give ass beatings. He wasn't there for anything else really. Grandma was always awesome. She passed away at, I was a young age, 11. And after that glue, grandma, she passed away. Everything else, everybody went independent, especially as little kids, And skateboarding is what got me around. We never owned a car. So we're always on bus and trains. So I know the city's backwards and forwards, public transportation wise. You know, and you just meet people. You just see things on a daily. You know, take your little hour to school. You know, you just see shit. You pick up shit. You see the do's and don'ts. You know, and now that I'm here in Orange County, officially a resident since 2000 and I think it was 2015. 2015 is where I permanently became an Orange County resident. I've came out here a couple of times before that, but nothing too long. And but now I dig it. I dig the open space. I dig the chill people. It's way calmer. Traffic isn't as horrible, but it's still, you know, it can be a pain in the ass if you know how to navigate.
Oh, traffic's the worst, bro. I hate traffic.
But no, definitely like and that's how I met you great people at UPS. You know, I'm like you said, I'm your customer.
You know a lot of drivers, man.
I'm your what's up? You know, Eddie, what up, boy?
Eddie's on the show.
What up, Art?
No, Eddie
you know,
hasn't been on the show yet.
Art, congratulations, you passed. You a driver now. You know, cause your guys' route, I guess I'm on a route where it's a bunch of trainers. You know, you get trained. You know, and
yeah, so you get to meet a lot of rookies.
yeah, and I always gotta tell them because I see one of the supervisors you guys have is a dick.
Yeah.
So,
I don't want to say his name.
We don't gonna say no names here,
Yeah.
but you know, and I always just tell them, you know, once you're on your own, I give them like, hey, just calm down, relax, because you can see that they're nervous and they want to pass so bad because the money's so great with UPS, and you could tell they want to make a better life for themselves. So just give them some confidence as a.
Man, this guy, dude, he gets off on having that title, I guess, dude, and having people like, I wouldn't want to abuse that power, dude. Have people scared of you.
What do they say? They say absolute power corrupts absolutely. And once you work your way up so far up that UPS ladder, I heard there's a bunch of power trippers.
Who knows? You know, they could be bipolar too, or I mean, I don't know what they're teaching. I'm cool right now, dog. Last time we did, I was like lost myself.
Now I'm real comfortable now.
No, you're good.
Now it's just us two. We always shoot the shit.
Yeah, I've known you for like 5 years, man, and we've always had great conversations when I pulled up in the truck, and I'm back on the route now. I got a new route, and you know, we have talked before about it. That I was like, hey, I'm thinking about doing a podcast, and you're like, what are you gonna talk about? I'm like, I don't know. And then that was, you know, what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah, it was been a minute before you just sparked an idea in your mind. It seemed like, and it's just like, and you see people trying to be creative, and
well, I think that's the thing. That's the reason. I mean, for me, you know, doing drugs in the past and having a good time, and that gets old. Like, you can't do it every day. Eventually, you're gonna kill yourself, overdose, or
worse.
You know, is it bad to have done it? For me, I experienced something that I was able to, the habit, because they all become habits. They all become habits to where that's all you live for. And I lived that in that point, and I was able to break it. And when you're done and you're sober, you're clear-minded. Nothing's good anymore. It's like having no taste buds. You know, eating food and it's just plain. Like, you could go home, have a good, well-cooked dinner. You could have great sex. You could play with the kids basketball. It's still not the same compared to if you're coked up, you're on pills, or, you know, whatever. So you have to learn how to appreciate those small things.
You had some bad vices
you know,
before?
Yeah, of course. I've talked about it plenty of times on the podcast. Everyone knows.
I checked out a couple of episodes, but
so
you know, I still got to go back and.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, man. We all go through that age where we're partying, and some of us break through it and, you know, grow up, and some of us stick with it. I was able to realize, like, hey, man, you know, party's over. Let's get done. And when you're done, you're like, what do I do now? What do I do now? And even when you're doped up, you're thinking, hey, man, this can't last forever. You know, I'm going to get clean tomorrow, or whatever you're telling yourself. You're still thinking about the future. You're still thinking, like, I want to do this, or do I go back to school, or do I go into management, or what do I do? You know,
yeah,
like, I can't stay still.
I was lost. I didn't know any, like, you know, my story's not, you know, this, nobody's lived through my shit, you know, but it's a similar story to other people that have, kind of a rough background where you don't really have adults in your life like that, where you're literally a kid in a village, and you try to learn off the village people, but then you realize the village people are up to no good too.
Yeah. Well, the church I went to, I was a Sunday school teacher. I was raised to, a certain way. Right? So a certain way. But as soon as you make a mistake or you make a slip, it's like, oh, no, look at Joey.
They exile you or something.
No, they don't exile you, but you got that mark on you now. Like, this guy I'm talking to, he might be talking about an idea for the church. Like, hey, how about if we start a youth group and we do... You can't, you know what I mean? Like, he's looking at, is this guy drunk talking to me or is this the sober one? Like, there's no forgiveness.
Yeah, I get you.
Once a druggie, always a druggie, right?
But isn't that contradicting, though? Because you're supposed to be religious.
Well, you're not supposed to be judging.
Exactly.
That's the one thing that pisses me off is, like, you guys talk about this, but you guys are judging.
That's why I can't fuck with religion. And not that I don't believe that there's some, there was a Christ, there was this, there was that. To me, it's more off of energy. It's more off of, like, elements, spirits, literally Mother Nature. Like, I go off that. You know what I mean? Like, I go off of my instinct, my gut. What am I really feeling?
I'll tell you this, though. Growing up, and when you have that religious belief, when things are approached to you, such as, like, you're young, hey, you want to smoke some weed or you want to drink some alcohol, you get that gut feeling, like, oh, no, this is bad. This is bad now.
Because you've been told that at least.
Yeah, you've been told that. So
when you first try it,
how do you find your gut? How is that? Now, where's the gut now for me now?
It's called peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure. That's what it is. Well, no matter if the dude's the same age as you, he's a little older than you, or might be a little younger than you. If it's right there getting sparked up and you're chilling, and he's like, hey, you ever done this before? You want to take it? I mean, something tells you you shouldn't, but it's just like for some reason, as you're thinking that, your hand's getting raised to grab that blunt from him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it's what is it? What is it in us to even try and dabble?
Well, that's the episode I took a drag. It was no problem. I mean, if we weren't videotaped, but sometimes I have to balance myself and say, no, it's not a good time, because I felt last time when we did. I don't know. I mean, that's how I feel at some podcasts. I'm like, I shouldn't smoke too much, or I shouldn't took too much edible, and I've learned over podcasting where I don't need it no more. And it's not that I'm never gonna quit. When I'm done, I'm gonna relax.
Yeah.
But now that I'm doing, because when the podcast first started, of course I was drinking. Mm-hmm. Of course I was smoking a lot. I was nervous. I got to learn how to do something. But now I've learned, like, okay, I don't need it no more. I feel like I can move on, like take the training wheels off. Yeah. Some people are like, hey, don't come on the podcast. They're going to do it sober. I'm like, cool, dude. Let's, get some coffee. Well, as soon as we start, he goes, hey, can I get a shot?
No, don't get me wrong. Like, I really I enjoy a drink or two. I do it all in moderation. I've completely changed my dosages of, my bad habits, because I still have them. But my thing is just, I never was a wine guy unless I was drinking the jug of Pinot Grigio, because, that's all I really had to drink while I was on the blocks and stuff, So it was just you become a wino. I was drinking from, okay, I'm going to drink a 40 to I'm drinking 2 40s. So now, you know what? We need to go do a beer run. Let's go get a 30-pack at Tecate. Let's go come up. Let's go steal some meat while we're at it, And then you start developing more bad habits. And more bad habits. And then, obviously weed's always a mixture. And the next thing you know, your older people be like, here's some of this powder here. And you're just like, I know this is where my family comes from.
Here, take 2 of these. Call me in the morning.
Yes. You got your local pharmaceutical and your pharmacists on the corner. And, but, we're not like that no more. Good thing you found your way. I found my way. People find their way. And those are the people, like, when you meet them in real life, I think that's why I click with you real good, because you can see you're a real person. You're not masquerading, putting up a front just because you got a really good job or whatever,
Yeah.
People, like you said with the title, right? People think they're the shit because they get a fat paycheck. And it's like, homie, there's more to things than just money, than materials. There's life experiences that's just not valuable to whatever, you know. There's no
My
value. It's priceless.
my drug habit was pretty expensive. Okay,
Yeah, it's like they say,
let me tell
cocaine's a
you.
rich man's
Let me
drug.
tell you, it's a rent payment. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm talking about not just pills, not just coke, whatever. That habit, that
Talking about
lifestyle,
all of it.
It's about
All of
$1,000 a month.
Yeah, of course. It's just no game.
And now I eliminated all that. You know, I pay rent here at the studio. I'm investing in myself, right? Back then, I was investing in myself,
Best
having a
bet
good
to
time, getting life experience. That's okay. But I was able to stop it all and said, okay, what am I going to do with myself? You know, invest in myself. Obviously, I invest in my kids. I love my kids. I invest in my family. That's another, you know, I mean, I need to talk about all my finances, but investing in myself I felt like was an important thing to do to keep me balanced, because I could easily, somebody knock on the door right now, hey dude, I got an 8-ball, you know, blah blah blah. Where's it from? Straight from the cut. Okay, dude, and
We'll be
I'll
back
probably
after
just
this
give in.
commercial
Yeah,
message.
we'll be back after this commercial break. We'll be back. Yeah, so dog, what were we talking about? You know, we just be all amped up. What was I talking about? So yeah, I'm invested in myself now, and I tell people, I told you, you know, and you see it. I just, you know, it's not a pretty penny, but you know what, dude? Eventually, advertisers will come. I mean, I got supporters. I got people who I get discounts from, and donations. I've had so many donations, so it's not like I'm paying for every single cent, but you know, I'm investing in myself, and it takes time, just like it took time for me to become a delivery driver. It takes time to get somewhere, and I'm enjoying the process.
Slow
man.
and steady
It's
wins
slow
the
and-
race.
Yeah, dude, I'm taking my time, and I'm not in a hurry. You know, I have ideas for the podcast, and you know, I could go out and use all the credit cards and just start swiping. But then, I mean, what am I in a hurry for? Because then I'll get to that point where, hey, I am making money. I ain't getting advertising and all that. And then
You are
what I'm
getting
going to
your
do now?
views, you are getting your likes. You are
Yeah,
growing.
but
There's growth.
Yeah, I'm just taking my
know?
time, man. Taking my sweet time,
Yeah.
just growing. I'm not going anywhere.
But I'm glad you invited me, bro. Like I said, we've always had great conversations on our route.
Yeah, man, and they're
You know?
only short too. What I mean, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, because I try to work quick. You know, I try to get you guys in and out. You know, like I said, it's not just you, but
I'm pretty sure I'm one of the slowest ones on load, huh? Or who's slower?
Probably, but
Probably.
let's just say that guy called Penguin.
Either
You know, let's say any names. Sometimes he's so lost. I'm just like, he knows what he's doing. He just, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a bad day, but some bad days are more common than the good days.
I
but
mean, you're only getting 5 deliveries. I don't know how long
I don't
loss
see
you can get.
like. I try to, get hired by you guys. They said nope, we don't like your background. So I can never work for the Brown. I can't even work for FedEx if
They
I
told
wanted
you
to.
no?
Yeah, they've always like emailed me like, no, your application is not submitted, and it's just like they didn't accept my application, so they weren't gonna move forward or anything. I was a helper one time, but that was years ago at the Cerritos Center. I had a fake ID, and they let me be a helper for the seasonal position. To help you guys out, deliver boxes. But yeah, it was pretty cool, dude. It was something I know I could do. I don't see how hard. I see there's harder days than none. Trust me, I work in a warehouse. I have inventory. I have a bunch of shit going on. But it's a different scale, obviously, with UPS, right?
Is there room for growth in your company? You got any ideas?
Oh, yeah,
Obviously, you got a plan.
I got a plan. My thing is, I'm kind of good with numbers. So, I play a little stock,
Oh, you do like penny stocks?
Nah, dude.
You play $1,000 stock, like shares?
I do,
like big
I do a
shares?
bunch of dividends. Where regardless,
I don't even know what that means. Won't you explain? I have a financial planner. He does all that for me.
Basically,
I know a little bit,
You're putting
but
into money here and there that's always gonna increase. It's always gonna pay out. It's always gonna increase, even if it's by centimeters. It's just growing. You're gonna get money. It's better than just having money in the bank with no growth. So you put stuff into that. Like a lot of people put their portfolio into a bunch of different things. Like tech and other stuff like that, hoping that one day, maybe the government could pick up a contract from what you put in stock.
I'm gonna turn on the AC.
Yeah, we got this guy sweating over here, just like he does when he delivers the boxes.
No, I don't even sweat, dude.
He probably adjusts his pants like 50
every time
times.
I get ready for a podcast, and I'm getting ready, and I start sweating. I'm just like sweating. I'm like, what am I sweating for? I move hard at work too, and I do sweat, but not like this. Like I don't know.
There's other guys though on the route. Oh my God, they be sweating so hard. I don't even want to grab the box from them. Just like Jesus, man, you leaking over there.
Oh, you can see. I wonder if they can see it on the camera. Probably not. Huh?
Nah, I just got your back turned. It's cool. That's how you do it, man. You don't want to have anything taken down. But yeah, I'm excited, bro. Baseball season's coming back. My sport. That's my name, Robby Baseball.
Yeah, who's your team?
I don't know if you guys could tell right here on my crown. It's not a hat, it's a crown. If it's any other team, okay, it's a hat. But yeah, man, I'm a fan of the reigning World Series champions, Los Angeles Dodgers.
Now, a lot of Angel fans, they would say that doesn't count because it was a short season.
I mean, they had the same opportunity. Everybody had the same opportunity. Everybody was coddled. It just so happens, Mickey Mouse can't cut the mustard when it comes to real baseball. So what can I say about, Disneyland trying to play baseball? They had one World Series win. They always throw that in the Dodgers' face. We have the most current World Series.
That's when a lot of bandwagoners jumped on, huh?
I always say Angel fans, established since 2002.
Yeah, even people that I know, like my brother-in-law, shout out to Junior.
Don't get me wrong. I know a baseball fan when I see one because they think like me. We love baseball. We just so happen to have a love child that is the team that we root for. Mine's
I don't think I have any family members that are Angel fans. My brother-in-law, he's an Indians fan.
See, I respect everything though, because I actually love sports for its tactic, for its strategies, for its techniques, for stuff like that. I've always been into that. I've always been a sporty kid my whole life. Even extreme sports like skateboarding, for instance.
You like skateboarding?
I used to.
You don't skateboard no more?
Nah, hell, I bust my hip. But
when did you stop skateboarding?
When I became a full-time, just being on the streets the whole time, dude. Just unfortunately being a lost kid. That's when I lost a love for a lot of things. I lost a scholarship to St. John Bosco. That's in the city of Bellflower. It's
my best friend, who was my best friend at my wedding, school. He went to St. Bosco.
Yeah. I had a partial scholarship. My mama just had to pay half tuition to play ball there. Orientation. There was a baseball player.
Play ball? What ball? Like basketball or baseball?
Baseball. I was a straight I could play hoop at any park you could think of. I love basketball, but baseball's my thing. Baseball's something that I'm a true dirtbag.
Is that the nickname for being a baseball guy, a dirtbag?
What are bases thrown on?
Dirtbags.
Yeah, right.
No, I know. I was just...
But yeah, man, I've always been that.
You're playing baseball right now, right? What is it, semi-pro?
Not even, dude.
Just rec?
Just a bunch of guys that love to play the game.
Do you guys drink beers when you play?
I don't. The team I play for, usually the teams I play for.
How about smoke? They smoke?
After the game. If they smoke before, that's them. But me, I'm a heavy stoner, but I don't.
You want to be focused?
I love the game.
You drink like a Red Bull and then fucking let's go.
No, hell no, not even that. I want to be wired. I want to be nice and relaxed.
I know it's golf, dude. If I drink or used to drink Monsters or Red Bull or even smoke weed, dude. So I like sativa. I'm swinging way too fast. I'm swinging way too hard.
That's my problem, probably.
Way too hard for the fences.
I'm probably too. I don't know. I have a thing about sativa. It don't do nothing.
I'm too much of a brute. I'm just like, ugh. Sometimes I got to learn how to relax and just swing through.
It's breathing, man.
Swing through.
Hey, how do you calm down when you're mad? You got to control your breathing.
Oh, yeah. I've had anxiety attacks.
When you go hit a free throw, because you're a hooper, right? Mm-hmm. When you hit the free throw, right? You got the fools talking shit on you. You got the crowd going on. What do you got to do?
It's a different type of. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've made shots where it's down to the wire.
I played hoops. I've been fortunate to
golf
be playing
shot,
basketball
catch.
With a bunch of different hoopers that are in the NBA now.
What? You used to ball with hoopers?
Well, we would be on the sidelines, and we're the same age. We went to different high schools, cross country. James Harden went to Artesia High School.
Oh, that's
He's from Compton, though. And then,
Artesia High School, where's that at?
In the city of Artesia.
So that's right by our house.
Kinda.
Stanton, Artesia, right?
No. You're way off.
Oh, Artesia.
Artesia's by where you're at. Artesia Boulevard. Just keep taking that all the way down. You're gonna go pass right by that high school. Take Artesia Boulevard all the way down. You're going past the high school.
Past Cerritos.
It's in Cerritos.
Oh.
It's borderline Artesia and Cerritos. But yeah, man, like we grew up and we played, and because there's a little middle city called Bellflower, and we'd hoop there. We really wouldn't go hoop in Compton because it wasn't the thing to do for people of my skin color. But I'm brown, by the way. I'm Latino.
So James Harden's like 32 then?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's an 89er.
He always looks old to me.
Just
with
like
that
me.
beard, he looks like he's 50 years old.
He's an ugly kid. I was ugly.
He gets all the
Go
chicks,
look at
though.
it. Look at his picture when he was in
But
college.
he pays for his shit. You know what I mean? He pays for his
He
service.
fixed his teeth, finally.
He did? He never smiled. He opened his
Look at
mouth.
that damn beard.
Dude, his mouth looks like it's as big as a straw.
Bro, but he was
I
always a
can't
quiet
believe
kid.
he went to the Nets, dude. What are they doing?
That's a monster, bro. That's like
Going to the Nets.
let's
dude.
not give nobody right here at the park a chance, and let's get all the best hoopers on a squad.
It's too many of them.
No one's gonna run him out the
That's
court.
too many.
LeBron, don't even get me started on him, but he got no shot. They meet in the finals, they got no shot. I'm a Laker
I think
fan.
Lakers will get it again.
I'm a Laker fan, but they ain't got no shot against Brooklyn. Nope.
How's Brooklyn been playing
No.
right now? Are they playing?
Okay.
I haven't seen them play
Check
yet.
this out. Anthony Davis, they don't have nobody to stick him up one-on-one. You have to double him. You don't need to double LeBron. You don't. You just got to create a wall and make sure he don't dunk it. He doesn't even shoot 70% from the free throw. And just, what is it? He has no jump shot. 17, 18 years in the league.
Brooklyn. I haven't seen Brooklyn play
Who's
yet,
going to guard
but
Kevin Durant?
That's a big payout.
Durant. Who's going to guard him? Nobody. Who's going to guard
Nah, you
Kyrie?
can't.
Nobody. Who's going to guard James Harden? Nobody. LeBron's not going to guard
Kuzma.
him. Come on. Really? Who? What's the bald dude's name? The vulture-looking kid?
The white guy?
Yeah, what's his Caruso.
Yeah, Caruso will step it
Who's
up.
gonna?
Hey,
Come
you know
on,
what?
bro. I'm a Laker fan. I'm just not stupid.
LeBron James needs to get everybody on his regime. He needs to cut them in,
No,
dude.
it's just the
if I
tables
saw a
have turned.
dude all coked up or all ripped up or
The
whatever,
tables have turned.
or piled, I mean, come on, dude. I'm not stupid. Hey, dog, hook me up with your guy, dog. You know what I mean? Let me get in on it. That's exactly what I would tell him if I was. What was that white guy's name? Kuzo. If I was Kuzo, tell LeBron to fucking hook you
Caruso.
up with this dealer. Russo. Caruso.
That fool's balding.
I'm the
He's only
worst
like
at pronouncing
26.
shit. Caruso, hit up LeBron James, dude, and tell his ass to hook you up with whatever he's doing, dude, because that dude's a freak of nature, dude. I know he's got connections.
Yeah,
dude.
but I don't know, man. It's gonna be a tough season. I really don't give the Lakers a chance.
There's 20
to win it
games
this
left,
year.
right?
I don't
Or
give the
maybe less
Lakers
than
a chance to win it this year, man. I don't. The best basketball is gonna be in the playoffs, and there's gonna be some pretty good matchups. So if
There will
you
be
guys
some
are
good
hoopers-
matchups.
If you guys are hoopers, man, get in touch with Gax, get in hold with me. I'm ready to take your guineas money.
Yeah, we could probably do something. I'm on the route now, so yeah, we could
But,
do something. LeBron. Ever seen that video? LeBron James.
I'm a Kobe dude, man.
Oh
I'm a
yeah,
Kobe
R.P.
dude.
Kobe. No,
Yes,
that was
sir.
sad, dude.
That hurt.
That was, dude.
I'm from the
I
city,
cried.
man, and to have 2 years in a row where you got Nipsey died and you got Kobe passed away with his daughter and all those other
It
individuals.
was like a year apart.
Yeah, and
Was,
basically,
right?
Yeah, so it really there was a dark cloud
When
over
Kobe
Los
died, I
Angeles
was
for a
at the
minute.
store. It was a Sunday. I was at the stores in March, right? We do March? We just passed the anniversary, right? Or was it? No, wait. When did he? Was it March or February?
Kobe
Yeah,
died January 26,
Yeah, there you go.
2020.
I was at the
On
store.
a Sunday. I was on the field.
No, I know it was Sunday.
I was on the field.
When you found out?
Yeah, like we were in the dugout, and people flipped through their phones, and I was putting on my batting gloves because I was getting ready to hit, and somebody just behind me on my team said, "Hey, Kobe passed away," and I just shut the fuck up, dude. Don't say some dumb shit like that. You dumb, bro. He's like, "Nah, TMZ this." I was like, "Nah, fool, don't start with this shit." And sure enough, my phone's ringing in my bag, and I go and pick it up, and I see, as soon as I even pick up the phone, I see the text message on the home screen, and it's my lady, and then I pick up the phone, and she called, and it's her, and yeah, then next thing you know, my phone starts blowing up with all my buddies texting me, and I was just like, I can't believe it, and we're like in the third inning, still has 6 innings to go, bro. I was a ghost, bro. I didn't know how to think, bro. That's my childhood right there. And I'm a sports fanatic. That's even worse for my emotions, bro. I was devastated.
When they went back to back to back, I went to all those parades.
I didn't miss one parade.
It
Not
was
one
so
parade.
hot, so many people.
Bro, the town lights up.
I was at the market. I was barbecuing. Gonna barbecue. That's usually what I like to do on Sundays. You know, after the podcast, I'll go home. It was last January, huh? Did I do it? No, I didn't do it. I think I did a podcast earlier that week. But I was at Albertsons, brought back the food. The news was on for some reason. We don't watch the news. And Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter. I'm sitting there in the kitchen. I'm like, what? My lady, she was at another store. And she came home. I was like, yeah, Kobe died. She was like, what? And we're all on the couch. And then I made burgers. I was making ribeye burgers. So you get ribeye, you cut it up into small pieces, and you mix it with like 80-20 ground beef. So I was making actually Kobe burgers. And I remember I was out in the barbecue, and I was putting them on, and that's when I broke down, started crying, dude. Like it just hit me, dude. Like, holy shit, dude. The guy just retired. He had his whole life ahead of him.
He won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Dude, that
it's always
Oscar?
the good ones that go.
Dude,
that's what we talk about.
Yes. Dude, but the thing about that, the guy won an Oscar and for Dear Basketball, and that alone got me with a tear in my eye.
Yeah.
And then when you flood through your Facebook or your Instagram and you see these people posting stuff, you know, his former teammates and this and that, and then I broke down the minute the game was over. I packed my shit up. I paid for my game fee, put the stuff in the car, closed the door, didn't turn on the car, saw one post, and bam, bro, I broke down. And then I came into the house once I got home, and
the food tastes like shit, by the way, when I was done cooking it. I was just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, my whole day was fucked up, my whole week, everything, bro. And I'm the type of guy,
and even though
when he retired,
even when he was done, like, I was sad. Like, I don't get to see this guy play. I saw him play for what, 20 years?
Did you watch his last game live?
Yeah, he
I
scored
did.
like 60-some points, of course.
60 points.
I used to watch, when I lived, me and my lady had our own house in Corona back in 2008. You know, even though I was a Laker fan before, you know, since I was younger, we would watch every Laker game. I would tape every Laker game. We would come home, make sure I'd barbecue or she cooked dinner, and we'd watch every. We used to go to Laker games.
Who was your Laker before Kobe really blew
My lady,
up?
I'll tell you this. My lady liked Derek Fisher. Okay. That was her boyfriend.
What about you, though? Before Kobe blew up, the kid was just on the bench. Who was your Laker besides Shaq? You know, because I could tell you mine was the one that caught my eye immediately, and it was Nick Van Exel and Eddie
I was gonna
Jones,
say that.
and Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones can guard motherfuckers too, man. He was chasing fools down, cutting through picks and screens. You couldn't screen him. He would still be on his defender. Sorry for the X and O's, guys. We just real hoopers right here.
Van Exel. I was gonna say Van Exel. He was one of, you know, I used to watch him when I used to play the video games. So
I got fucking mad when they traded him. You know, but you got to make room for Kobe, man. Kobe was unstoppable.
I mean, James Worthy.
My uncles were always Magic, but my other uncle, he was like, you guys could have Magic. He was a captain. He was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, that's going way deep.
That was his dude.
My daughter, my oldest, when she was in elementary, she got to meet Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He wrote a book, and they picked their class or whatever, and he came in there, and she got to. I think she might have a picture with him too. Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And my uncles were spoiled. They their adulthood, their prime years, they're in the 80s. So you had the Lakers winning 5 championships in the 80s with Showtime. And you had the Dodgers winning 2 World Series. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
What about this past year, though? We both won, you know? That's crazy.
That hasn't happened since the 80s. That happened last time was 88.
I love L.A.
Yes, sir. But, yeah, that's one thing I miss about home is the food. You guys don't really have food like that.
No, I have a buddy at the UPS store. He was actually on the podcast, too. Shout out to Eric. Man, I do a lot of shout outs in those podcasts. Eric, shout out. Love you, bro. He from LA, too, and he goes every weekend to go eat. He'll drive down there to get food.
You been to the
He goes
food market?
The food market?
Yeah.
No. I've been to what's that street called? Or where they have like tacos, like they're like little shacks. You walk through, but there's like a main Mexican one right there where they make tacos.
There's a bunch of spots like
I
that. You gotta
know.
be more specific.
I can't think of it on the top of my head right now. I went there
But there's a lot of hole in the walls in Santa Ana that I dig. There's some ones that I found where I'm like, whoa, that doesn't even look like it's cracking. But you eat there, it's cracking. There's
Which
one.
place?
I don't know if you Santa Ana people out here, if you guys know about Tacos El Zamorano. It's off of Flower and Warner. It used to look like a residential house, but they made it into a little restaurant. Dank, man. Those tacos are good. The tortillas are good. The burritos are good. You know, go check it out. Off of Warner and Flower, guys. Taco El Zamorano.
Flower. Oh. I know what you're talking about.
It looks like a little residential house, but it's a little restaurant.
It's at the corner.
Yeah, it's kind of to the corner. So it's the second to the corner house. You know what I mean? Because it's the corner house.
Because there's a Mexican spot right there off of Warner.
Next to the corner house.
Next to the...
It's off of Warner and Flower.
So it's a house converted into a Mexican spot.
Yeah.
How did you hear about that spot?
I drove by it. Like how I used to do it back in the city. You just cruising. You know, like this is, you know, like I'll come back from work or, you know, wherever. I just pull over, bro. If I got a...
Because I drive
I
down
got a fat man's soul. I'm just a skinny guy.
I drive by that area all the time now. So now... Because I know I got my spots in Santa Ana.
Check it out, dude. But that's a good taco spot. And then I finally found a good pupusa spot. It's pretty good. But it's in Garden Grove, though. Because I live in Garden Grove now. You know, but...
Yeah, there's no good food by my house, dude.
I got to find little hole in the walls
sucks.
here, man. I got to. It's... Yeah, there's a lot of chain stuff out here. And, you know, and I like downtown Santa Ana. It's
I got Alberto's by my house. That shit fucking blows.
That shit blows,
I
bro.
got a place that does birria.
There's some birria spots that are... Oh,
dude, it's all fucking chewy.
You know what you got to go to? Off of Catella and in between Brookhurst and Euclid. There's a spot called Mr. Taco Nice.
Oh, I've seen that.
Bomb. Trust me, they have a Mexican style pizza, different type of Mexican style pizza. So instead of tomato sauce, it's frijoles, right? Trust me, it's addicting.
What kind of bread do they use?
Same dough for pizza.
I never thought of eating a pizza with beans on it. I love beans,
It's like a burrito pizza.
And I love pizza.
Except there's no tortilla. It's just now it's a pizza. It's bomb. You can get el pastor on it with asada, with everything, chorizo. Like you could.
And they use the same. So what do? They cook the bread first? What do you think they do?
Everything.
Well, I mean, the pizza you put.
You put the meat and you put it. Have you been to Blaze Pizza? It's just like that. You just throw it, but it's dank, bro. Trust me, Mr.
So they
Taco
put the beans in the oven too, or
What?
the beans like frozen, or
no, they cook.
Because you would think the beans would be.
Everything's cooked, but you.
Yeah, but when you throw it in the oven, you would think the beans would get hard.
Nah, they won't.
Overcook the beans.
Trust me, it won't. Trust me, it won't. They cook. I'm pretty sure they cook the bread first with some of the toppings, like some of the meats or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure everything's pretty much cooked, and they add the toppings after. You know what I'm saying? But trust me.
Put it in the oven for a bit.
Yelp, Mr. Taco Nice.
Mr. Taco Nice. I've drove by it.
The
Is there like a big green sign?
They have both types. They have goat, you know, and they have beef. So.
Yeah, there's this birria. I love birria, I do, but it's when I go to family gatherings and you got the aunts cooking up.
I don't discriminate,
that's bomb,
bro.
But like, there's a bit I'll try it. I've tried it multiple times because I'm just like I gotta try something different.
You like lengua? You like tripas?
Tripas. I like menudo and pozole, but like tongue and.
Okay. Tongue is good only.
I'm just too scared to try because I want to try it at the right place.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to Alberto's by my house, dude, and ordering the fucking. I don't think they sell it. Actually, they might. No, at the other place they do, but I just don't trust because if their birria tastes like this or the asada, it's got all kinds of grit in it. And you're fucking every bite. It's like imagine if you order the tongue.
It's just why the best food gotta be so unhealthy.
Hey, do you know what is it? That lady that died. It's a urban tale in Mexico. You probably know. You're Hispanic.
Well,
she
I grew up. My pops is from Mexico.
But you speak Spanish, right?
I do, but
okay.
But
So
my
then you would know.
different. My I don't really relate more to Mexico. I relate more to South America, to Ecuador. But
Have you heard of the story of the lady who drowned her kids, and then she's still alive in Mexico? Like she's in another.
I can't even tell you if I have. Bro. I don't know.
It's a little bit of conspiracy theory. That's why I just heard something about it this week. She's got a name.
La Llorona, like.
Yeah, the lady who drowned her kids or something. There's a nickname for her. Anyways, my wife's. My son's friend. It was one of the kids. They had stayed the night the other night, hanging out there on spring break, and one of the kids goes, "Look at my dad sent this to me." And it was his cousin. His cousin went missing in Mexico, and they couldn't find him. But they went looking for him. They found his phone, and he was recording the lady. I guess she's back. They've made a movie about it. I forgot her name, dude. I couldn't even pronounce it though either. So
maybe La Llorona.
La Llorona. What does that mean?
La Llorona, like she's a crybaby. Like she yells, she cries.
Yeah, that's what she does. And she gets you or whatever. He had a video, and my lady says she's seen it. She goes, "You got to see the video." She's telling me the whole story. And she goes, "I got goosebumps." You know, we watch stuff all the time.
Like a chupacabra type
yeah,
shit.
dude. And I was like, I don't want to watch it.
I don't know. Paranormal shit never fazed me like that because I
but you were in Mexico. Go to Mexico, dog. It's all black.
Hell no, I ain't doing all that.
They used to go to the ranch, and my lady says they would hear weird shit going on in the field.
People doubt it.
Screaming and
yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Weird shit happens in the dark.
Imagine being in the jungle. Because there's plenty of countries, bro. They literally live next to a jungle. Jungle ain't too far out. Like my mom's country in Ecuador, they got a fucking little Amazon right there, bro. They still got tribal people there.
One of the things that trips me out is my neighbor. He likes to go off-roading. Not off-roading where he's fucking jumping cliffs and shit, but like he'll go off the grid.
Yeah.
And they find spots where they can camp. You know, that's not. It's
with their
not
4x4s, with
going but you need those to get to where you're going.
Because you got to go through the terrain. It's not even you're driving fast.
And he goes, "There's so many beautiful places. There's so many beautiful places to go, and blah blah blah. But obviously, there's no water. You got to bring water. You got to take a shit. You got to dig a hole, stuff like that. There's no public restrooms or public showers. Everything you take and you go, so you got to calculate how much gas you got." But he goes, "We see waterfalls. It's just beautiful." I'd be scared. Like at night, dude, you're sitting there, you're in the pitch dark, dude. You know?
Yeah, it'd be trippy. I wouldn't.
You know, because you can't go to the guard shack or the marshal's, tent. You know, you got people around you camping too. So you guys are all together. But being out there, just you and your lady, just hanging out. I mean, I'm not saying I'm scared or anything like that, but it'd be pretty intense.
Oh, no, definitely. Me as a person, I'd be on my toes 24/7. I wouldn't even be feeling
there's no lights. It's just pitch black.
Yeah.
And then the moon's not there either.
Yeah, because me, I didn't experience a lot of things, cool things as a kid. Just whatever was around me. Mm-hmm. And like I said, no car or nothing, so I didn't really go out of state. I never really did none of that, you know? And then, like, I didn't go to Vegas until my early 20s. Close to my mid-20s, actually. You know?
I went I started going when I was 22.
Like, I was
21.
I think I had just turned 23 or 24.
Oh, you're still young.
23 or 24.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, to be, like, the last one to ever go to Vegas out of all your bros and stuff. And it's, like, I never went and drove through it. We pulled over to go take a piss. And I never seen just darkness, darkness, and just seen all the stars finally illuminated because you're finally away from the city. You're finally away from just people. And you're just in the middle
do
of
any
the
camping?
road.
You go camping or anything?
I never have. See, there's a lot of things I still need to experience. Like me and my
girl. We go camping, dude.
Me and my girl are going
to Joshua Tree tomorrow. I'm excited. We haven't been there yet. We went to Mount Zion or Zion National Park in Utah last year. But I went with my coworker and his family, and it was an amazing trip. But we've gone camping over the years, and like we've grown our arsenal. And that's one thing I learned at my church. It was camping. Like we did camping trips here and there. So it was, and I did it with my college buddies. Like we just, you meet people that like to camp, and so over the years we, every once in a while we'll buy something. But we got so much stuff for camping. Yeah. There's not enough room in the car now.
Now, see, that's the thing I want to experience.
Dog, all you need is a tent and a cooler. And just go for the day. You know where you can start off at? La Palma, off of La Palma, that
Nah,
Anaheim Lake,
I want to
Santa Ana
go
Lake?
camping.
No, you gotta start small, dude.
Nah, dude. I'm the type of guy throw me in the water.
Shh.
I'm gonna try to
I'll
leave
tell
that
you
shit
this, you're
with
gonna
a
be
fucking...
one sad fucking swimmer, dude. You'll be like,
I know how to
fuck,
swim.
I forgot to
I know how to swim.
I forgot to fucking.
I mean, it took me forever to learn how to
There'll be
swim. But I know how
times,
to
dude,
swim.
you're all the way up in the mountains,
We
dude.
didn't have no pools in the projects, but
You'll be up in the mountain 2.5 hours away from the local store. And you'll be up there to wood or something. You're gonna be like, for example, I'm not saying it wouldn't be this, be like, fuck, you got everything ready. Fuck, what happened? I don't have a fucking matches or a lighter. Like, you're going, fuck. You know? And like, we don't have the luxury to go next door and go, hey, knock on someone's door and go, hey, you got a lighter?
fuck.
You know what I mean? You're
click
fucking
some
done.
rocks together.
Good luck, dog. I'll sit there and drink beer and watch you, dude. We're fucking donezo. But it'd be something like that. It's always good to where they have a shop or like, oh fuck, we don't have this.
Fuck it, just camping just turned into Survivor. Fuck it.
I watched those shows when I was on COVID. It was called The Last Man Alive or Last Man Standing, and these guys got put on an island in Canada. And the winner got $150,000, and so they put them on different spots, but it's always raining, always
ain't
wet.
shit.
And the dude couldn't light a fire. I mean, it's bad, dude. I've seen them survival
The
places.
fuck? You tell me I gotta go through all this shit for $150,000 and you probably still gonna tax me on that shit? Fuck, that ain't nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing, dude. But when people have nothing either,
True.
you know, you
Just
gotta
like
do.
that Dave Chappelle skit with the Fear Factor.
Oh yeah. Dave Chappelle. Have you ever gone to a comedy show?
Not Dave's, I wish. But I have been to, but no names, just going to the comedy store.
Yeah,
Just going to the comedy store, open mics, But
that's still good though.
yeah.
That's still
Yeah.
still
Hell
good.
yeah.
I listen a lot. I mean, one of the reasons why I started a podcast too was I listen to a lot of podcasts that the guys are comedians. So when you're out there on the route, you're driving around and there's no one to talk to. It's just residential. For years, I had a route. It was just residential. It was all Asian people, all Vietnamese, Korean, maybe Chinese. No one answers the door. You just drop the package and go. I got into podcasts, and my first podcast, and was Joe Rogan because it was about aliens. I was like, oh, I'm interested in aliens. Yeah, I thought, oh, here's the UFC guy. I never knew he was a comedian. Never knew he was a comedian until I listened to his podcast. I was like, okay, I know you're the Fear Factor guy. I know you're on UFC. And then he was like a big comedian. I was like, oh, okay.
He
And
ran up on a comedian.
who, Carlos Mensa?
Yeah.
Yeah, for stealing jokes?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I started listening to his podcast, and it was interesting to that world. But I came across Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
Joey Diaz is a G, and he had a successful podcast. I liked his more than Joe's. Joe's good, but eventually he's just repeating himself, and it's just he's making money now, $100 million man. I'd still listen to the show if there's certain people I'll listen to.
Michael Rappaport?
Yeah, dude,
That fool
dude
talks so much
he
shit.
talks so much shit, dude. He went to
He's straight
Patreon.
New York.
He went to Patreon, right?
Yeah, I think so. He's
Still on Apple.
He's so New York, dude. Those
Oh, that dude
motherfuckers-
talks shit on everybody.
Yeah, he's just that's a different
He
city
irritates
guy.
me. He irritates me, but I
But
still
some of
listen
his
to him.
shit's funny and true though.
Mhm.
You just don't give two shits. But now another thing I listen to is Nori, is Drink Champs.
Yeah, Nori's a good one. I listen to him.
If anybody remember the rapper Noriega? That guy has hilarious, man. Just if you like hip hop, you'll get it.
Yeah, Nori's good too, man. He's got it, and I like it because they all have different formats. Everyone has
Their own flavor.
dude.
Yeah.
And I tell people, not every podcast is worth listening to. I've probably had
There's
over
not one set format.
yeah, like 70 episodes. I probably have 10 great ones, and the rest were just like we're having right now, just a conversation. But I mean, that's what podcast is about. I'm not a professional. I've had professionals in here. I wish I could get them. Trust me, I'm emailing them. I'm sending them a message. But when you come in the podcast world,
One day, you never know, bro.
I'm
Knock on
gonna have
wood,
to start
where you
denying
get-
people.
Where you get guys like an average Joe like me. The
It
next
doesn't-
thing you know, you're interviewing some players now.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? You
I mean,
just
I've
never
had-
know where this can take you. And
No, you are a player, dog, and the guy before was a player too.
no, I'm
you
just
know,
saying.
we
me,
just don't have
me
that
personally,
shine.
Me,
People measure themselves by how many followers they have, or how many likes they have, or how many views they have, and that's how they measure themselves. This is, I mean,
Still new to that.
I don't get. I mean, followers, like, look at, man. I mean, I look on my podcast, I got more listeners than I do followers. They're different formats.
No, yeah, definitely.
You know,
the numbers are different.
There's people out there
what
that
numbers
just,
are you paying attention to? You know what I
there's
mean?
people out there that just listen to podcasts. You know, just they stumble upon it and then they listen to it.
Have you listened to Hot Boxing with
I haven't in a while.
Mike Tyson?
Every one episode was about DMT, smoking the frog.
Oh, fucking Mike. But who would have thought, though, honestly, Mike Tyson doing a podcast?
The best one I loved was Tony Robbins when he was on. That one was a good one. What happened to the football player? Is he gone?
Which one?
He had a partner with him, a football player.
The white dude.
Yeah.
The Yoki one.
Is he
tall
gone?
Dude. It's now that actor.
What?
It's that one actor. I don't know his name, but what movies is he in? I think he's in Ace. With Common and Alicia Keys, and there's like Vegas setting and.
Who? His guest?
Entourage. Is it from Entourage? Homeboy from Entourage?
Okay, Entourage.
Homeboy from Entourage. But he's on it right now. And the last episode I even saw, dude, when I was off and on it, was with the Dog Whisperer.
The Dog Whisperer was on the show?
On Mike Tyson.
So he has someone. So the white dude football player's not on it no more.
No, he's not.
It's a dude from Entourage. The main character?
I want to say yes.
The dude that was trying to be an actor in Entourage.
Yes.
What's his name?
I forget, bro.
Where's he been?
All of a sudden, he popped up on a Mike Tyson podcast.
I love that
bro.
dude. On the
Mike
Entourage,
Tyson has a podcast.
Every episode, he had a bad bitch with him, dude. Every episode, he was dating some bad bitch, dude. Always, like, holy shit, dude. What a life to live.
Man. What shows you into now when you ever got a chance to? Like what?
I binge watched recently this show called The Ellipse. The Ellipse. It was a show where it's based in space, like we're past Earth, we're living on the moon and Mars, we're traveling other planets.
On what streaming service?
It's on either Prime Video or Hulu. I'll send it to you.
Word.
The Ellipse, the Eclipse.
I'm still stuck on old shows that don't even premiere.
It was either on Sci-Fi, but it got picked up by Prime Video, I think. It was 5 seasons, and when I was on COVID, I went through it. That was the only thing that made me survive it, dude, because I was doing Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I've gone through it. The season, I was going through it again. But it was weird because, yeah, we watched it. My family watches that. We all do together. But going back to The Office, or not The Office, the Always Sunny in Philadelphia, when I was sick, I was trying to watch that. I was like, well, this makes me feel good. You know, it's funny. And I was putting it on, and I was having I kept having nightmares or dreams about fucking Charlie. Or it was just like I was in the show, and like I couldn't watch it. I was like, dude, I couldn't sleep. So I finally...
You took the wrong pill before you went to sleep.
Yeah, dude. So I was like, I got to watch something else. So it was I think it's Ellipse. Oh, man,
I'm still stuck on old shows.
Well, it's an old show. It's from 2000.
No, yeah, but like The Sopranos.
I couldn't get into it, dude.
Ah, shit's hilarious, bro. It's amazing. And then also Boardwalk Empire with Prohibition.
What station's that on?
HBO as well.
Yeah, I don't have HBO Stars or Showtime.
And then I watch Power.
Yeah, I don't watch Power. Which is the one? You know what I just watched? Watchmen.
Nah, I haven't seen
on
that.
HBO.
You know what? Everybody's telling me that I'm dumb. I missed out. Was watching Dexter.
My brother got into Dexter. He got weird after that.
Yeah. I never got into The Walking Dead.
My lady watches all the murder shows. She goes, "If you ever gonna murder someone, I'll show you where.
My shit's worse. My lady watches shit like Snapped.
She goes, "Evil lives her." You know what she goes? You know what she told me the other day? Yeah, Snapped. Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, she watches all that. Because we have the same thing, and I can see what everyone's watching. So, there's another show called The Evil Lives Here. She goes, "Oh, don't get it wrong. It doesn't mean like there's like demons. It's like just weird, crazy people." I was like, it's the same shit to me.
Nah, some girls get some wrong ideas. You never know. And
why is it girls like all those shows?
I don't know.
I murdered his mother, or all these crazy murder shows, mystery shows.
Bro, like,
You know that's the most popular thing right now on podcasts?
I wouldn't doubt
Murder mystery podcasts. We should talk about murder mystery shows.
I don't know. Maybe that's something you can ask one of the ladies that come next time if she's into
Murder mystery.
Yeah, and
I actually got to hit somebody up.
Why?
I was actually supposed to hit someone
and
up.
if she is, why? Because to me, there's too many girls that like shit like that.
I'll watch it for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, same here. Gives me ideas.
But in the end, it's like I already know. Like, oh, I already know who did it.
Yeah. Hey, ever watch? I laugh when I watch First 48. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, dude. First 48. Yeah, I used to watch that a little bit.
I wouldn't watch it like binge it or nothing, but just snippets here and there. It's hilarious, dude.
How about Trailer Park Boys?
No, I never really got into that.
That shit was funny. Let's see.
My shit was more like that 70s show. Like that 70s show, Married with Children is still my go-to.
Really?
I love Married with. See,
how
I
about
go
the
with
Wonder
reruns.
Years?
Wonder Years was cool. That was more my older sisters.
That just came out.
I have two older sisters, and I'm the only boy, and I'm the youngest, bro. So I kind of was spoiled with whatever adult stuff they was watching at the time. But
yeah, I'm an 80s guy. I like 80s movies, dude. I love 80s movies. I'm always looking for new 80s movies
like
to watch.
what? Like The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles.
No. Like Warriors.
Warriors was dope. Full Metal Jacket was dope.
Mm-hmm. Escaping L.A. Escaping New York.
Born in East L.A.
That was a good one. That was like late 80s. Man, I can't think off the top of my head.
What about like films, like cinematic films or gangster films, like Godfather?
Oh yeah, like the veteran. Oh no, I watched the ones that the people make themselves, like Veteranos. Because if you really scroll through, independent films.
Edward James Olmos with American Me.
Mm-hmm. If you gave me your phone, no, not your phone, but if I scroll through like all the things I have, Amazon, like I
gotta hit that.
I'll be like, I see all that. Well, you gotta use the restroom?
Yeah, real quick.
All right, well, let's just shut down shop.
Yeah?
Yeah, we close it, man. We're good.
All right.
Yeah, we're good. Hey, folks, we're going to close it up, man.
Yeah, man, it's getting around that time.
It's getting late, too.
But
it's
thanks
Tuesday
for having
night.
me, though. Appreciate it,
No, man, I had a good time, man. We're going to get you back on, man.
No, definitely. I'm sorry, guys, that I didn't bring too much to the table, but, I love chatting it up with my guy right here. Gax is good company, man.
Yeah, man, we only get like 20 minutes at a time, so it's good. We definitely surpassed that, man. So it's okay, man. It's getting late, too. I got to get this podcast out for the people before I head on vacation. So once again, I want to thank all my listeners from around the world that tune in to the Raider and Saint podcast. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Once again, if you want to be on the podcast, you could hit me up at the Raider and the Saint at outlook.com. That's the Raider and the Saint at outlook.com. If you want to look me up on social media, type in the same thing, the Raider and the Saint. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. And I think that's about it. But I'm on other listening platforms too. But if you go to my Instagram and type in the Raider and the Saint, you'll see I have a link in tree. I have all that good stuff for you guys. So once again, I want to thank my listeners, supporters, family, friends who support me and constantly give me feedback and how good I'm doing. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I will see you next week. All right? Peace.